I think they're finally used to it in our place.
Wolverine cosplay. I'm Batman.
Thank you very much. Scared the crap out of me.
Okay, so we are at Bridge Studios this morning. This is where the set pieces for season 1 were, including the inside of the antique store and a few other places as well. I think the dojo might have been set up here originally before it got moved. Don't know. I'd have to ask Andy about that. This gentleman in the Bridge Studios hoodie is our tour for today. He said we cannot film anything inside, and the sets are no longer there anyway. So I think video is going to be a little limited today. But this is kind of like a little mini.
All right, cool. This is Wes and his wife Shannon. Hey, Shannon. And they're from Oregon. Right on.
So this is like Vancouver's mini version of Universal Studios. They actually shoot film here, and there are a lot of these big buildings over here where they design sets. And there's stage 1. This looks just like Universal Studios, but no fancy rides or anything. So kind of interesting. I didn't even know this place was here. But like I said, video here is probably going to be a little limited, and we're probably not actually going to be able to see anything that's from the show.
Really?
So I may shoot some more video, I may not. We'll see how the day goes.
To be laid out. So this is the Google Earth imagery.
Yeah.
And so he covered these up to show that they weren't there at the time. And he said when they were filming Highlander that this was under construction. And the studio and living was there in stage 3, the office, and they had like a little alley to park the car. The antique store showroom, it actually opened up to the outside.
It says bedroom over there. Is that Duncan and Tessa's bedroom?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think so.
So basically all the antique store from season 1 and then a few other things as well, correct?
Yeah, so they also used stage 2 as they needed. They had other sets and stuff because the bulk of the stage was taken up by the main set that they had. Yeah, Steve actually created the set so that the lead actress on the show, Alexandra Vandernoot, who played Tessa Noel, she was supposed to be like a sculptor, and so she would like make metal sculptures and stuff like that. And so it actually, her workshop opened up to the outside of the stage, which is kind of neat.
Oh, nice.
So some episodes you could see, some of the other structures on the property there. Yeah. So anyway, let me.
You're talking about the area where she was doing all the welding and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's her workshop.
Yeah.
He made it like a big interconnecting like horseshoe thing almost, but it wasn't rounded. It was kind of like, blocky.
Oh, okay.
But it was pretty cool. All right, let me see if I can get some of these other shots pulled up here. Cafeteria. Okay, so these were shot in the cafeteria building.
Oh, yes.
This is from the second episode. Yeah, he slammed him against the wall. That was upstairs too. This is also up there. Joe Scanlon's apartment was down at the end, and then in Road Not Taken, they're here in this area. Yeah, see that's the red metal work there.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Tell us what kind of car Tessa drove again.
It was a '64 Mercedes-Benz. See, that's the cafeteria building right there.
How about that?
Yeah. Now, what's interesting about this?
That's when he walks in and introduces himself to Richie again.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And interestingly, though, he was not standing facing outwards like that, where Joe Scanlon is facing inwards. Richie was like actually facing this way, and so they just turned the camera to get the actors. You'll see it in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then there's the corner of the
Oh my gosh!
building.
Look at those pictures.
Yeah, see that pole? It's right there.
It's right there, man. Wow.
Now what episode is that from?
I think this is from Road Not Taken.
Okay.
When so this area up here they use as like the kitchen of a homeless shelter or something, and one of the characters is supposed to be a friend of one of the lead
that's
trio
this building
characters.
right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Mm-hmm. So they were in there. So here he pulls this Thunderbird up into the opening of the stage. So it's all different now, but you can still recognize it, right?
Wow.
And you can see the big trailers out there in
Yeah.
the front. Yeah. So the red, do you know why the steel girders are like this? All around?
To my understanding, before it was a film studio, it was a facility where they built the
Dominion
steel
bridge
for the
building.
bridges,
Yeah,
right?
uh-huh, exactly. So in homage to its previous iteration, they kept some of the steel and they tore down a lot of the structures, and then they hung it up, painted it. So they were out here.
That's so cool to see.
Yeah.
Man. Wow.
Oh, yeah, when he's talking to Mr.
Uh-huh.
Stubbs, that's
And
right
so you
here.
can see the fence, yeah.
Yeah.
See, but the bushes have grown up. Yeah. Yeah. See, that was on
So
the
what's
side
the
of
grassy
building.
area that they're sitting
Well,
in
they've
there?
changed it somewhat.
We
Oh,
were
okay.
taking it out, right? It used to be right here.
Okay. So they just set up a picnic table and had him
Yeah.
play chess and had
So
Richie walk
the
up.
shot of him walking towards the camera, he actually was in a park. He was in Oppenheimer Park. But then when he turned it around, the camera's on Mr. Stubbs at the picnic table. They're sitting out here, actually. And you can see that if you really pay attention, because if you look through the brush over here, there's the blue paint that was distinct for the buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's all I have on that. You can't really see it there, but there is in another shot. Okay. So that's why we wanted to see like the cafeteria here.
And we can go inside here. We can't go
Oh,
on
really?
this side.
Okay.
But we can
Well,
go
that's cool.
onto that side. We can go downstairs if you want. We can't go in this space, and we can't go into the right-hand space. But in the middle we can, and then the top floor. If you
Okay.
guys
Well,
would like
whatever
to.
you like to do. Whatever you guys want to see. All right, I'm trying to find besides the cafeteria. These are things that were shot in stage 3. They built a ship, the interior of a ship.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a set, too? That wasn't actually on the ship?
Right.
Okay.
There were shots that were shot on the ship, but this particular thing with his cabin and all that, that was not.
That was in stage 3.
Mm-hmm. Or actually stage 2. Yeah. Because the main set took up most of the space for that, but they also used stage 2 as well. And that they built this basement set. This is where the main character had been kidnapped and held by like a mad scientist doctor kind of thing. He was conducting his own experiments and whatnot. Yeah. And they made a Chinese temple in there.
Oh, neat.
Mm-hmm. You know, Steve Gagan, the production designer, was just immensely talented on this. And he said, you look at it from a distance, it looks like it's a real tapestry or something.
100%.
And he said it was like cheesecloth that they painted on.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Threw some rugs on the ground. Let's see. I don't know. Can you guys see that? Or is it too glary?
I don't know. I don't know if if this is going to show up on camera or not.
Yeah, but the stuff looks like real brick, but it wasn't. Joan Jett even guest starred in one of the episodes.
Nice.
Yeah, the rock star. So there's the bedroom that they had. These are actually Steve's. You'll see him at his house. We're going to go visit the production designer on tomorrow.
Cool.
He lives out in West Vancouver.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. See, I know that we're for real on this.
Yeah.
We're trying to convince other people that don't know us that we're for real, and we're not trying to do them any harm. We're not trying to rob them or
Right.
that I can understand how people would be apprehensive. But anyway, this is the workshop that she had. It looks like a real place, right? No, that was in stage 3.
Oh, it was. I was gonna say because I was looking at the windows like, oh shit, that looks like the boiler house
right?
stuff.
But this is the Belgian actress, Alexandra van der Noot. So those are those windows up there. And so there was, I don't know if you see it, but along this wall, around here behind this actress's head, there was a wall. You could push it. It was like a fake door that led into another section of the set.
Oh no.
It was the character's office. Yeah, there you go. See, pushed against it. And then see, the actual set opened out to the outside. And you can see the red.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about that area behind the shop where Duncan and Tessin usually park their cars? It was all like
This is out here. We're gonna
graffitied.
see that
It's over there?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that was fake graffiti.
I
Because
figured.
I mean, this is a
yeah.
controlled environment, right?
Yeah.
So everything you saw was purposeful, basically. except maybe on the periphery and you saw something, but the average person wouldn't be looking like I'm
Yeah.
looking, pausing it. And
The last
checking
time we
it
were
all
here,
out,
we were actually
comparing
checking all the alleys. It's like, where is that place? I don't know where it's at.
Because it's not a real alley, it's right out here in front of the place. Yeah, so here's the antique store showroom set that they had. Isn't that a cool looking set?
Oh, it's awesome, man. It's just so real.
Steve said that was the most favorite set of his career that he had designed until afterwards he went to work on The Outer Limits and he built another set and that became his favorite. But yeah, so they had a little alleyway in here for them to park the car and they could work on the car and stuff like that.
Yeah, we got a like a model of one of the spaceships from Outer Limits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He's one that designed it. Probably.
Yeah.
So what they did was for the front, so the exterior, as I mentioned, was supposed to have opened out here, but the front of the antique store would have been towards the back wall of the stage. But what they did was they had an artist, or several maybe, probably, paint like a big mural that was what Blood Alley Square looked like at the time. You know where Blood Alley is, right?
Yeah.
Gastown.
Yeah.
So yeah, they had that there as the.
And they just replicated it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And it's like wow, because it looks just like it.
Look at that.
You see, they
Yeah.
put the fake graffiti up to
Wow.
make it look like a real thing.
You wouldn't even know.
Nope,
Right?
that's right. That was their plan.
Yeah.
The audience doesn't.
Yeah,
know
and there's a bunch of alleys out there that look just like that. Like, is this one it? No, I don't think so. Is that one it? No, I don't think so.
You see the trailers and the distinct colors.
Right.
of the stages,
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
doors.
Yep.
Yeah. And in the reflection of the windshield, you can see the
beams,
girders,
right?
the
Yeah.
berms and beams up there. So there you go.
Very cool.
Yeah, this is what you're talking about. This, I think, was at the beginning of Bad Day in Building A, when they're getting ready to go to the courthouse.
Yep. There's another one in See No Evil, where after Richie wrecks the bike and he's like gimping up there. And
Yeah. And this, actually, I think
yeah,
this
that
one is,
graffiti right
this
there.
Might be in
I was even trying to match the freaking graffiti, and it's like, yeah, that's probably not going to happen.
No. Yeah. See. So you can see there, that's actually into the inside of her
Stage.
workshop area. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's where. Which episode was that? Where the third episode, where he
Road Not Taken?
Yeah, where Tessa's leaving for the airport. Yeah.
So Highlander was a very unique show. There were other television series that were co-productions, but Highlander had like way more partners than the average co-production had. They had the Japanese, the Germans, the Italians, the French, and the U.S. Reicher was their distributor, and Davis Panzer Productions, of course, and who owned the Highlander property, and then Gaumont Television in France was the ones that developed it. So they had this huge like mixture of like 6 different countries working together to make this show. It was very difficult to do.
I did not know that.
And as part of their arrangement, they could only shoot a certain amount of episodes here in Vancouver, and then the remaining for the season had to be shot in France. I don't know why they did it like that, but yeah, so the first 13 episodes were shot here, and then the remaining 9 were shot in France. And then when production moved back to Vancouver for season 2, they moved out of the Bridge Studios for whatever reason and over to the Plaza of Nations, to Virtue Record Studios. And they finally tore that.
Which is where we were a couple days ago.
7 or 8 or something like that. But they shot there for seasons 2, 3, and 4, and then they moved back over to Burnaby, but to East Lake Drive. There was, you know where it's like Mattress King or King Mattress or something like that. It's over there now. Yeah, that's used to be the Aaron Spelling Studios over there. But yeah, here's the office set that was the main character's office.
Oh yes, The Office. I love The Office. Yeah.
If you look at it over top, it's like a diamond, not like a square diamond, but
How'd you get that
like
shot?
a
Is that from one of the
5-sided
shows?
diamond.
Or is that one of
Yeah,
the
it's one of
episodes?
Steve Gagan's shots. See,
Oh, I was
you
gonna
never got to
say.
see the picture up above it.
Yeah,
in the show
because that doesn't
itself.
look like something from one of the episodes.
No, but that's his office.
Yeah. I loved that
There you
office.
go. So that's inside of stage 3.
Well, let's take you guys into stage
Come
3.
on
I mean,
in, yeah.
it's going to look a lot different.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I was kind of hoping the set was still going to be there.
And we can go in there if you want.
Right here?
This is an office, but if you guys
This
want to,
this
let
is
me know.
this is Joe Scalen's
Yeah.
apartment right here.
I forget if it was on the front end or the back end, but he's looking out the window and you can see both of these buildings in the background. So I can put it up.
And this brick building over here, this is the police station from the very first episode. I believe Duncan drives the T-Bird down here. and parks the T-Bird right here. Gets out of the car and walks in that door. And I believe that this is actually the shot from that. The camera is right here. The T-Bird comes this way. Parks right there. Duncan gets out and goes in that door. That's pretty cool. And they're over there looking at screenshots again. This is the entrance to stage 3. This door right here was used as the back of the antique store for many, many scenes from the Seacouver episodes in season 1. This door right here was covered with graffiti, and there's a whole bunch of scenes where Duncan's car is parked here, Tess's car is parked here, Richie brings his bike up in here after the motorcycle chase from See No Evil. You can actually see this frame in a lot of the wider shots, although it was painted blue at that point for the TV show. And in some of the other scenes, you can actually see some of these beams in the background, like when Joe Scanlon shows up to claim that he's Richie's dad, is right in here. And Richie's right on the other side of that door, sweeping up the shop. And they have their dialogue right there. Yeah, this area here was used in a lot of episodes. We were actually able to go inside there. The gentleman wouldn't let me shoot video inside because it's actually a hospital scene for a TV show that they've been working on right now. I can't remember what the name of it was. But wow, it was really cool in there. Very, very detailed. I was able to see how the sets were built. Everything. Pretty awesome. I really wish it was still the antique store because that would have been really cool. I mean, it was like walking into a hospital. Pretty awesome. All right, gotta go. I'm lagging behind here because everybody else is already looking at something else. I think they're looking at what I was looking at, but yeah, gotta catch up. 17,000 square feet. The gentleman gave me permission to shoot in here. This, obviously, I couldn't take photos or video of a built set. That was for the Good Doctor, apparently, the hospital. But that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, about this size.
They did a really good job of that.
So this is a set where nobody has done anything, where they're basically just waiting for somebody to come in here and build something. What?
They got a new facility they've just built, and part of it has got a stage that's like 30,000 square feet.
That's twice the size of this one, right?
Build a little town in there.
Yeah.
We could play football in here with some room to spare.
Well, it's funny you say that because during the COVID times, we kind of set up a tennis court in one of the stages, and we used to play tennis and stuff because there's nothing going on, right? So,
And it's a good way to keep, your distance from somebody else, right?
Stay active.
yeah. But you can see the interconnecting doors too. So kind of like what Good Doctor did for stages 1, 2, and 3. We've kind of, did a proper build where you can open these sliding doors and you could have.
Cool.
Now on the Good Doctor set, like they knocked in like this entire wall, or just like a section of it?
Like this, right? Like a little section.
So that whole
Okay.
building out front there is partitioned originally into 3 stages, and then they just broke out the walls and extended it out.
Wow. This is insane. I mean, the ceiling in here is like, it's like a stadium in here. I mean, how high is that ceiling? 100 feet? They've even got itty bitty little ceiling fans up there. Look at that.
Yeah. Where are you right now?
Tiny little ceiling fan.
Yeah, there's a boss said they're not really going to do anything.
Are you coming to bridge today or no?
Like you said, they're not really going to be able to do anything with the ceiling fans, but they're cute, right?
Yeah, you're not going to get a whole lot of air circulating in here with the size of those fans. But it's absolutely insane.
Contractor quotes right now? Because I might have just one.
This
So
place looks like it's 5 stories tall.
yeah, so when Steve Gagan came in here,
Well,
this
he
is,
didn't come in here because this is a newly built.
well, yes, but I mean something similar. This is what it would have looked like before they built the antique store.
Basically. In spirit. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
just a big open space. And, you know, and they build it so that it has good acoustics and stuff.
That's nuts. Yeah, obviously in Universal Studios, when you go on the bus tour, you never get to go into any of this stuff. You just get to drive by it and that's it. So actually being able to go inside one,
Well, I try to
that's
do.
pretty freaking cool.
I try to build the best tour for Highlander fans that I possibly can. So,
You did it, Eddie.
Yes.
and this is where it was made.
Yeah,
so.
for anyone thinking on going on one of these tours in the future, Andy pretty much, go ahead and open your pamphlet there.
Oh,
Yeah, Andy pretty much gives you, we won't open it because that'll give everybody else addresses and stuff, but
but you get a tour booklet, and I arrange for people to not just see the filming locations, but to meet with people that actually made the show. Former cast and crew, mostly guest cast, you know, that were on 1 or 2 episodes or whatever, but there are still people like Steve Gagan and F. Braun McAsh who had a large hand in making the memorable show that we love so much. You know?
yeah. And there's like a million gazillion shooting locations in there, and it's a pretty grueling schedule, and we generally don't get to all of them, so Andy allows the group to kind of pick and choose which you know, locations they want to go to and how much sleep they want to get. And we've been doing a pretty good job of it so far. But yeah, for anybody who's watching this video, Andy's tour is pretty darn amazing.
Well, thanks.
I'll tell us to see.
All right, Andy, what's the name of this park? Wrong camera angle. Give me a minute.
No, I don't remember the name of this one. It's a cannery up here, though.
Well, the name of the road was something Park, starts with a C.
Capilano Park Road.
Yeah, Capilano Park Road. So anyway, we're heading down to the bridge here.
We're up here in North Vancouver. At the, yes.
Okay.
Did I
You're
park?
good.
Oh. Okay, I was going to say, I didn't think I parked in the boat. Anyway, take 2. No, I don't remember having to pay when I parked up here before. I don't think they stuck it to this area like that just yet.
Anyway,
So anyway, what were we talking about?
we're sorry, heading down to the bridge where Richie and Duncan meet Koltek at the beginning of Something Wicked. And that's the only scene down here, right?
Well, after he throws Koltek over the side, and you know, they have the scene where he goes out there to find on the rocks, right? And he's like, maybe was it really your friend or something? I forget the dialogue or whatever.
Yeah, and he picks up
And
the
he
little
picks up
bag
the little
or
pouch,
the medicine
and he says,
pouch or whatever.
It's him. You know. Yeah, that's down here too, of course. Yeah, that was basically it.
I'm assuming somewhere in here is where Duncan and Richie are walking, talking, saying you've never seen a werewolf
Yeah,
or a vampire or any of that stuff. That's right in here, isn't
I
it?
can't remember if they were walking this way or coming the other way. I think that they were.
I think what they did was they did a couple of takes and shot from different angles, and
Well,
I think it's
now
all.
that I'm thinking about it, I think that we had Duncan and Richie walking this way, and Koltek was coming the other way. And Richie acted like he was. Duncan acted like he might throw Richie over the side.
All right. Yep.
And he's like, "What are you doing?" He said,
That looks ad-lib.
it may have been.
Some of their best stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like the little giggle at the end of
The Indian, you know.
what?
We're just talking about the Indians.
Oh yeah.
I think you're talking
The
about
Indian.
Prodigal Son.
Yeah,
What?
Prodigal Son.
The Indian, you know.
Cognac.
Oh yeah, this is totally it.
Well, I mean, obviously. Again.
So yeah, Duncan and Richie
About these things.
come from that direction that we just walked,
I'll pull up the screenshots.
and they come up here, and Koltek is waiting on the other side, and then Koltek and Duncan fight, And then he gets thrown over the bridge.
I forget which side though at this point.
I'm pretty sure it's this side over here.
It probably was.
Down there.
That's where the rocks are.
Yeah. And clearly this is not the spot where Duncan goes down there to look for him. So they cut the film and probably filmed that right there. Would be my guess.
There's another show of tonight.
But Andy's bringing up some screenshots right now.
Give me a second, I'm trying to find it.
Okay, well he's looking for that. I'm going to film this over here because this is freaking gorgeous. That rock looks familiar. I think Duncan might have crawled down there, but you actually can't get to the water from there. We've got this over here. We've got some fishermen, which is really cool looking. And then it just goes all the way down here. And this is pretty cool. This looks like a painting almost. Pretty cool spot. And then this area over here is also really cool looking.
Where are you guys moving from?
That was a pretty cool area. Alright. You got some screenshots for me? Sorry.
But I think this one was back the other way, technically, but whatever. yeah, because he's over here. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's Coltec, right?
Yeah. And they had different planks out here then.
Mm-hmm. Right there.
Of course, that may have been back that way. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this
Yeah, that looks like the spot that we just came
right,
from.
exactly.
Yep.
That's right. I had to get reacquainted with it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's those waterfalls over there.
Mm-hmm.
That's from over by the parking lot area, of course, as they're coming in. Yeah, like I said, these are in reverse order for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, that looks like it's a little bit further down that way.
Oh, yeah, it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. Bar in my head. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, so this was, I'm trying to remember approximately when that was shot. It was like, well, it was 95 obviously, but it's already cold. You can see them wearing the gloves and the heavy coats and stuff. So that was probably November time frame of 95. All right, now what?
So this is the area where the waterfalls are at. Just down a little ways from the bridge we were just on. Look at that. I mean, that could be a painting right there. Probably gonna get a picture of that right now. No scenes from the TV show filmed down here. I just put it on camera because I thought it was pretty.
It's fishy.
Yeah. Really pretty in here. I'll take a few photos that you can see at the end of this video. It's also kind of interesting that you can actually see what's going on with the dam here and the grading. It's kind of cool. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so just a little way down from the bridge we were on is up there. Come down here. This is the area that Duncan pulls the medicine bag out of the water from. In fact, I think it might be right there in that pool. They have a very nice stairwell that goes down there.
They want to keep it nice.
Yeah, and they don't want anybody going down there for whatever the reason.
Yeah.
So it's locked. So
Well,
I guess we're going to take a vote to see if we want to actually hop the fence and go down there. There do seem to be a lot of people around, and there's probably some employees hanging in the area, so I don't think it's a good idea. But we'll see what everybody says. Okay, so we just got to Paul Karos's house. What's the address here, Andy?
$550 lane or something.
Yeah, $550.
Street or Dollar
Yeah.
Avenue.
So, yeah, there's quite a bit of activity that happens right here where our van is parked. And the bushes still look exactly the same as they did in the show, which is pretty awesome.
See the boathouse in the back?
Mm-hmm.
So,
I don't think the gate's quite the
not
same.
exactly, no, but
Yeah,
the
the gate
same
has
more or
changed a little
less
bit.
look, though.
Yeah, wasn't there like a white frame somewhere right here on that? Yeah. Uh-huh.
But they have the curvature there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the curvature's still there, but
And there's both cars as they're driving away.
mm-hmm. Yeah, when Paul puts the bomb on the front of the gate there, he's right over here across the street, drives that way around the corner, right there, and Duncan follows him in the T-Bird. Let's see if we can get some kind of decent view of the house. Obviously it's private property, so we're not going to be able to go in. But you can see all the glass is still there.
This area where Mason
And Andy is telling us that the dock is right behind the house. Don't know if we're going to be able to get back there or not. Where Paul and Duncan walk and talk. And there is a beautiful waterfront behind here. Oh man, we saw it on the way over. But don't know if we can get over there. So I guess we'll see what we can see. Okay, so we did find a public access to the waterfront down here, and this is nuts. Every single house has their own dock. This goes all the way out to the water. You can see that there's a million gazillion of them that just go all the way down. And they all look pretty much the same. Crazy. This is the one that we're interested in, because this is the one that's behind Karos's house. But I mean, they all look the same. But this would be where Karos and Duncan had their walk and talk. Pretty sure they're coming up from that spot right there. And then the camera follows them as they walk down the dock back to the house, right before they're confronted by President Borchek. Look at this view back here. I would love to go out to the end of the dock and shoot some film, but that's somebody's private dock. But you got this up here in the background. And yeah, this whole area is just a gorgeous waterfront. But this is about as good as it's going to get for me, because I can't go to the end of any of these docks. Still, pretty awesome location. Like, one family built a gazebo out there, which would be really nice place to hang out. Anyway, on to the next location.